All right, so I need to kind of make like a bit of an in-betweener video, kind of just preparing for some upcoming stuff, and also because I have some things to do IRL. But I decided to make this video talking about what we should expect in the future on Global and JP. What are the timelines looking like? While also, well, I'm bringing this up mainly because a lot of people were asking me about it, right? I had a lot of people in my comments and in Discord, even getting DMs about people being like, yo, make a speculation video on what we should be getting for Shibuya Arc, etc. Right now, besides that, there's going to be timestamps, by the way. I do want to get into two topics first for two of my more recent videos. Number one, it's for the blue Gojo video saying he's irrelevant. And like the main point is just that, like, where are you slotting Gojo on the blue team? Like, the point isn't that you can't use Gojo, because then I would have said I had useless in the title originally, but also, I didn't even change the title here. But it was more so that, like, he's literally not useful on the most meta team. That's the whole point, right? And then I'm like, okay, let's compare a support giving a 100% minimum damage increase to Sukuna, well, like, Jujutsu increase to Sukuna, over Blue Gojo, who is also going to make it so you can't use the Wayne Gojo, right? And then it's like, oh, wow, a Dupe 0 Ghetto is doing very similar damage to a Dupe 2 Gojo. Who would have guessed that, right? Gojo did more, but the whole point was that Ghetto is doing close numbers while supporting what would be Sukuna on the team. Now, for this one, guys, I had so many comments being like, oh my god, you're telling us to skip. You're telling us to skip. And it's like, oh my god. Let me see. Hold on. So, like, I've gotten so many comments being like, oh my god, you're telling us to skip even if they're going to be in standard in like 6-7 months. And it's like, look what I said. Look what I said. Was it deep into the video? Sure, but look what I said. If there's no pity transfer in terms of your cube value as a free-to-play, it is worth to save. Unless Tinjo, that scene, just having Tinjo as your favorite character, but they're going to probably do another one. Because they have. So the point I was making here, and it's going to drag on, is that, like, if there's no pity transfer, then it's not that valuable because you're going to lose out on cubes, right? And if there is pity transfer, go ham, right? That's literally it. Because anyway, the big thing is that there's going to be reruns for these units, so it's like, why not wait for the rerun that's going to have fucking pity transfer? In my opinion, that's literally it, right? I think people should be not like completely wasteful with their cubes. So to me, here it is, the rerun. So it was August 16th. They came out in May, right? So it really was just that, like, yeah, you guys, like, just make good use of your cubes. That's all I'm asking, right? If you want to summon, like, I'm not stopping you. But just realize that, one, they're going to have reruns, and two, it's just wasteful for your cubes if it's specifically, because some people in my comments were like, oh, I'm going to get Gojo because he's good. But so is Zonji, right? So, you know, it really is just like a difference of how you see things. But, like, you have to realize I'm referring to one specific part of the community when I'm saying these things. So anyway, I'm done these little things that people were disagreeing with me on. I never said don't summon. I said if you want to summon, look at the pinned comment too. The pinned comment is, it's valid. I'm just saying it's going to be more valuable if there is pity transfer on the HI banner. Now then, anyway, as we know, I need all my pins. As we know though, end of January, we're getting Shibuya Arc. All right. Now, with end of January being Shibuya Arc, we should essentially, like, if we check it, we are getting some type of event. I heard it was powerful enemy battle because we have only 7 days left until this ends, right? So we should be getting, like, an actual event before this, right? Because that's going to be the 13th, which means there's still another, like, give or take 10 to 12 days until they could call it really end of January. But to be fair, Sukuna's ends on the 20th, which we could definitely constitute that as end of January. So it's very possible there's no banner. Maybe it's a rerun. If not, it's just going to be events. I heard the, one of the illusory realms or powerful enemy battles will be coming in a couple days, or I think tomorrow. So it's possible we just get that. But in my opinion, we might get a banner before, right? I mean, it depends. It really does depend, but could I see them doing another banner? Yeah. It does seem, I can't go on, I got a new PC, so I have to set everything up, but I have to go on my old PC first, and it's going to take a little bit, because like I said, I am a bit preoccupied, but it does seem like we might be getting something first. If not, 20th, that's when Shibuya Arc is starting, right? So the 20th is when you could expect it. Now, what I want to make clear is that, especially with things I've said before, skipping a lot of the units that we have right now in standard is probably a valid case, like Nobara, Yuji, obviously, Nanamis, right? Especially Nanamis. I mean, anyone else that I'm really thinking of. It's been a while since I've watched or consumed Shibuya Arc, because I read it through manga, and I mean, maybe an Inumaki, right? Mekamaru too. So it's like all these units that had, well, somewhat even prominent roles in the Shibuya Arc, guys. There's a chance that any of them could just be limited now. I'm really starting to think they're going to start pumping out more limited characters now that they got the taste of adding limiteds. But even so, I mean, listen, these units are going to be added to standard much quicker, and Global's going to be caught up, just looking in both cases, Global's going to be caught up by their first anniversary next November, but we're going to be getting, like, whatever they get, like, 2 times as quick, essentially. So, you know, all these units are going to be added to standard. Yellow Nanami is going to be there probably in a month or two, and then it's like, would you rather get a Yellow Nanami or a Shibuya Arc Nanami, is basically my kind of assumption on that, right? So, you know, for JP, definitely, I would definitely say that a lot of these units, even Toji, bro, I feel like, I don't know, a reincarnated Toji would be fire as fuck, right? But obviously, it's different animations, different units almost completely, because, you know, in the reincarnation, he's dripped out as fuck, right? So here he's like, he has the drip. I forgot the Toji drip, but obviously he's wearing, was it the sweater? I think in Shibuya. So, you know, we definitely have to see for that. But I would definitely say that any unit that you know is going to be big in Shibuya Arc, and you're like, oh man, but X is my favorite unit. Well, yeah, but X is also going to be fucking amazing in Shibuya Arc when the units, I feel like the unit quality is definitely gotten better after the anniversary. So a lot of these units are kind of like lackluster in my opinion. So, you know, we could see like big scenes. To me, what I see personally is we got like 3 contenders for like anniversaries. One would be, I guess, well, we could have a Yuji and a Kenjaku. Those could be 2. The next one could be a Megumi and Toji. They could definitely do that if they want to. The next one could be a Yuji and Mahito. And the next one, in my opinion, the biggest one for sure is Sukuna versus Maharaga. So those are like the 4 contenders for me to get anniversaries in terms of being dual units. So you guys let me know what you think. But in my opinion, if any of those units kind of interest you, then definitely I would say probably just, you know, hold out for it. Because listen, these PvE gachas are very ruthless with how much they give. I mean, especially Dokkan back in the day, now that they've built up a nice, bro, Dokkan is fire as fuck now. But, you know, we got to give, bro, JJK got to get better though. Oh my god, they got to give more cubes, especially on Global for now. But I digress on that point. This is unrelated. But definitely, any of these units that you want and you're like, man, having them as an anime unit, that's what I want. Then it's like, maybe I'll have to skip Toji for Shibuya Toji, right? Maybe I'll have to skip, well, Zonji for a Shibuya Yuji, right? Maybe I'll skip Ghetto for Kenjaku, right? Green Ghetto for Kenjaku, because they're going to be counted as the same unit as Sukuna and Yuji are counted as the same unit. Then, of course, there's other hard hitters. I mean, we could get a maybe a Wee. I was imagining maybe it was going to be like a dual unit, but I don't know about that. Then, obviously, Dagon has become a meme in the community. It is so funny, bro. I know y'all want him. I want him too now for a free-to-play unit. And then Choso, like, if they start off Shibuya with Choso, that would be fire. I don't know who they'd start off with. I genuinely don't know. Let me know who you think. Also, we could technically get a Sukuna versus Jogo anniversary. I just don't think people would summon for Jogo, so I don't know how they do that. But anyway, a lot of units that they could use, 10 different Sukunas that they could do. We'll have to see for that. But all in all, I think there's a lot of hype units. So yeah, I mean, any of these could definitely be anniversaries. Now, I personally think they're going to start off with a Choso for Shibuya Arc end of January. That's my hope and what I believe. If not, we can maybe get some Nobara and Nanami action, because on JP it's been a while since we actually not a Nobara. It's going to be a bit till a Nobara. So what we could cross off right away is Nobara and Megumi. The reason is they just got units, so then it leaves open a lot of options. Yuji's also off the block because we just got a Yuji and a Sukuna. Okay, so it does leave Nanami. Is Panda possible? Sure. Kinjaku, I could maybe see it, but I feel like that'd be reserved more for a hype unit. So if they're trying to get something cool but not anything too crazy, let's say they want to do a Kenjaku Yuji, maybe we could get a Mahito, and then we could get a Dagon for free to play at some point, and then also a Choso. So I'd say that those are like the 3 main options for me. Getting something kind of fresh like Choso or Dagon would make a lot of sense. We'll have to see on that part. Now then, tying this in a bit to the global aspect, and that is basically, when are we going to fucking catch up, right? So let me bring up this post. And that's essentially that basically in 178 days on JP, we did 178 days of content by the end of January in 81 days. So we're basically going about 2.15 times quicker, all right, than JP is. But this could obviously slow down even just a little bit to make up for it, right? So we got to make sure that's understood, that this would put Domain Gojo and Zonji roughly at the end of April or beginning to mid-May, right? Depending on if they slow down even just a tad bit. I have to give them the benefit of the doubt for that little part. But to put this into perspective, that would mean that all this content, right? All this content that we're getting from half Annie to first Annie, right? Some of the big things, obviously, well, them would be in January, but then we got some other ones, I guess, like anything big. I mean, did they, in terms of units, I guess Yaga would be one. The reruns for sure, for HI reruns, they go once a month, so I guess it would be once every 2 weeks for us. Then it would be Mai and the what's it called, standard pool update, which might be earlier than it was planned, right? And then besides that, what else? I guess I feel like people do like Green Megumi and Green Nobara a lot, right? And then obviously, my GOAT Kaido, who's pretty cool. All these units, including First Annie, will be leading up until probably mid-May at the latest. So we have to keep that in mind for sure when we're talking about all this, to where all these Shibuya units, even though it's like, oh yeah, it's a year down the line, not really, no, because anything we get, if it's like, what, 18 months in, it's going to be 9 months in. The 1.5 anniversary for us should be 9 months into Global, right? So all these Shibuya units, we're going to be getting much quicker than you guys probably think, and that's basically the main topic I want to discuss. All these hype units, all these potential remakes of Nanami, Nobara, Megumi, etc. will be there for sure much quicker on Global, and I think that's something very exciting. So I want to know your thoughts down below. Personally, I think that my main options for anniversary is a Sukuna Maharaga. And now that I'm thinking of it, I would really like a Megumi Toji. I feel like that would sell incredibly well, right? A Megumi Toji would be very fire. And I don't think anyone would be mad, right? I really don't think anyone would be mad. We also have to realize we still need, I really want a Shoko, like a healer Shoko that like gives a bunch of damage reduction. Could be a pretty interesting meta for the future. Could definitely replace like Hanami or some shit, right? Could be really, really cool if they do something like that. I would love an SSR Shoko, man. Give me a depressed Shoko that's just like healing my team up, damage reduction and all that shit would be fire. But yeah. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'm really putting my bets. Number one is the first one that's coming is Choso with a Dagon. That's like my, like in the first month at least of Shibuya, those two, Choso as a gacha, then Dagon as a free to play. And for the anniversaries, my main ideas is a Sukuna Maharaga. Doesn't matter which is 1.5, doesn't matter which is second. I'm just saying Sukuna Maharaga. And then a Megumi and Toji, and if it's not that, a Yuji and Mahito are my three main options, but the two main ones are the first two I said. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.